So without a doubt, the Washington Commanders are easily one of the hottest teams in the NFL right now, and they have won 6 of their last 8 games, including one of their wins against the best team in the NFL, the Philadelphia Eagles. Definitely the reason that they've been getting all these wins is because of their quarterback Taylor Heinecke, who has just been improving as the weeks go by. This year, he's gotten 1,444 yards, 9 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions, and an 86.3% passing rating. He's definitely been playing like one of the best quarterbacks in all of the NFC, and he's easily one of the reasons for this Washington team's success this season. So what's going on, everyone? It's Jaden here back, and for today's video, we're going to be talking about why I believe the Washington Commanders are a deep threat in the playoffs and why you should stop sleeping on them. So if you're new to the channel, hit that like button and subscribe for more Washington Commanders and NFL content, and let's get into this. So yeah, as I said, the Washington Commanders have had so much success as of late, and that is because of their quarterback, but it's not all their quarterback. This defense is absolutely amazing, and you definitely are going to have a hard time scoring on them. This Eagles offense has been outstanding as of late, and the Commanders only allowed them to score 3 times in this game. And this Commanders team, obviously 3 times in a game is not very good, but you have to keep in mind it's the Eagles, and if you're going to score 32 points on the number 2 defense in the NFL, yeah, the Eagles have the number 2 defense right now. That's very, very impressive. This running game has been amazing this season. They definitely have got one of the best running back duos in all of the NFL in Brian Robinson, and Antonio Gibson has not even been bad. So you have to keep in mind that Brian Robinson, I know he did get shot earlier this season, he's been very impressive. In the beginning of the season, he looked like he was running as if he were to have gotten shot, and obviously he did. But he's just been picking it up as of late, and if you are a fantasy player, you're definitely going to want to pick him up because this guy will get you touchdowns. He's a beast, and he's definitely been part of why this Washington team has seen so much success lately. Terrymclaurin has easily become one of the best wide receivers in all of the NFL, and this season he is on track to have a career year. He so far does have 945 yards, 62 receptions, 15 yards per play, and 3 touchdowns, and his career year was in 2020 when he got 1,118 yards, 12.9 yards per play, and 4 touchdowns. He can easily pass that this season. I mean, that's 200 more yards he needs to get in 4 weeks. So I think he can easily do that, and he would become one of the best. He already is one of the best wide receivers in all of the league. He can get open very easily. He's always going to catch the ball. And honestly, him and Curtis Samuel are under the radar, and they are becoming one of the best wide receiver duos in the league. So Curtis Samuel is like that Robin to Batman, and he's been playing like that this season, and I'm really impressed by Curtis Samuel because when he was drafted, I wasn't a big fan of him. Obviously, he used to play for the Panthers. I didn't think he was always that great, but he's been good ever since he came to Washington in the last 2 seasons. This year, he's gotten 556 yards, 10 yards per play, 54 receptions, and 3 touchdowns. So he's good. He's always going to get open, and you can find him in the end zone, man. He's just been really good this season. So I'm really impressed by this offense as a whole. The defense has also been really strong this season. There are a top 10 defense in the NFL, and I do expect them to just get better and better, and this team is definitely capable of making a playoff run this year. We've seen teams like the Niners last season. We've seen teams like the Titans the 2 years prior to that make a playoff run, and this Washington team is easily capable of doing that. This team is experienced. You've got young guys like Chase Young, who's going to come back hungry next week, and I expect him to just play great. I know he's coming off of a very big injury, Achilles, but I think he can still be great because he was the number 2 overall pick. You got to remember that. And the dude was a total beast before he had gotten injured, especially in his rookie year when they made the playoffs and played Tom Brady. And this season, I think that they can easily make the playoffs again. And the NFC, I know, it isn't as tight, so you're going to most likely get that 6 or 7 seed there. I think they will. Then they'll have to play against a team like Minnesota, and I think you can beat Minnesota. This Minnesota Vikings team has showed that they are very beatable. They just lost to Detroit. Yeah, Detroit's definitely getting better, but Detroit's not amazing. I mean, I think that Washington's better than Detroit, so if you can beat teams like Philly, if you can beat teams that are actually Super Bowl contenders, then I think you can beat a team like the Vikings, who are also a Super Bowl contender. It's going to be really fun to watch this team for the rest of the season. And if you're a hyped Washington Commanders fan, hit that like button and subscribe. So that's all I really wanted to talk about in this video. So if you enjoyed, sub down below, and I'm out. Peace.